Hi, welcome to another podcast of Time is a Bitch. I have a very special guest today. Today is my friend, Jeri Strong. Hello, Jeri. Thank you. Hi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Karen.
Yes, absolutely. So I've known Jeri for about, 10, 11 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Met very funny, but it's a long story, so we won't get into it. That's our secret. It's not bad. But you have since, like, we've always kept in touch. Mm-hmm. Not all, and that's what great friends are, right? We don't have to be in each other's face every day,
right?
And still go back to where we were, right? And that's what I love about our relationship. But you have become, or always have been, but you have put it in full force writing. Mm-hmm. You are an author now. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk a little bit about them, but the one that just came out is called Strong, the Word of My Testimony. And it is an amazing, amazing book. Your testimony just blew me away. I mean, it's so raw, so, up in your face, and here's how it is, and here's what I did. It's so good. And that you just lay it all out there like that, that's a lot.
It was hard. It was definitely hard. And it's not a long book,
No, but I mean, who needs a long testimony, right?
But it took me almost 2 years to write because it was so difficult. I had to not relive, but open some of those wounds, sure, maybe to clean them out. Because when I got done writing it, I felt some healing that needed to take place. So sharing some of that really dark, yucky stuff that usually we want to hide from people.
Right.
It was an opportunity to share what God has done in my life. And that's the bottom line. Right. That's the whole gist of the whole book. Each chapter is something that had happened in my life that could have and probably should have caused me to turn my back on God. But I refused to do that, even though, during some of it, I wasn't living for him, obviously. Right. But I always knew he was there. And he got me through every single bit of it. And then, he wanted me to share it. He wanted me to share my testimony. And that's one of the verses in the Bible. And actually, it's the verse he brought to my heart and to my mind when I started writing it, is Revelation, I think it's 12:11 or 11:12. I don't remember. But it says they defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. And that's where I was missing it. Was the word of my testimony. And that's kind of where that came from. Yeah.
Well, it's great. And thank you for sharing that, because it's really good, you guys. You got to go check it out. It definitely, I think people will relate.
I hope so. I mean, that was really kind of another point too, was I want folks to know they're not alone. Mm-hmm. You're not the only one going through this stuff.
Right.
And here's what I went through. And this is what I learned from it. This is, this was God showing me my story's not over. And so that's another big purpose of the book is I want people to know they're not alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big part of it. Mm-hmm. So you can get your copies now. I'll put the link in the comments. Otherwise, you can, by this time, I'm sure it'll be out on Apple and all that kind of stuff, right?
It'll be available on all of the major retailers, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, on April 17th. But it is available right now at bookbaby.com. You can go to the bookstore and then search by author or title.
Right. We'll just put the link in the comments.
Yeah, but it is available right now through BookBaby.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So thank you. And then the other one, which I started to read back in last year, is another book you wrote called Modern Day Psalmist.
Modern Day Psalmist. Yep.
Did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
And then, tell me about this one. What?
So this one took about 2 decades to write because I started it and then I set it down. So from a very early age, I've been able to take the written word and change it around and make it rhyme. It's just a gift that God gave me, and I needed at a very young age because of some things that happened in my childhood. Poetry was a form of therapy for me. I never intended to share
how interesting
anything. Yeah, I never intended to share any of it with the world. It was very personal. It was, it was therapy for me. And of course, what you do in therapy is private, right? So, about 1999, I was really on fire for God, and at church, every time the doors were open, and he pressed upon my heart, because Psalms is also my favorite book in the Bible. I relate to David, who wrote most of the Psalms. And, you mentioned my book, Strong, being raw and in your face. David was that way with God. He was not afraid in one verse to say, kill my enemies, Lord. And then in the next verse, praising God. And I related to those raw emotions. And so Psalms has always been a favorite book of mine in the Bible. So the Lord told me, take Psalms and make it in rhyming form. And I was like, okay. So I started working on it in a red spiral notebooks. We didn't have computers yet back in 1999, big ones in offices, but not at home.
Yeah.
And so I got to about chapter 61, and Psalm has 150 chapters. And I set it down. I just kind of got distracted and life got in the way. And I set it down for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And then some things were going on in my life, and I felt like the Lord impressed upon me to finish it. And I remember I had this conversation with him. I said, Lord, I don't even know where that old spiral notebook is. And I am not kidding you, Karen. The very next day, I was looking for something else. And boom, there it was.
Oh my goodness.
And I have it. I finished it in that. Even though we have computers now, I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish in this red spiral notebook. And so I finished it, and it came out in 2023. So that's my first book, and probably the most meaningful to me because it was my start. And it shows me how patient God is with us. When he asked me to do this, it started in 1999.
Yeah.
And he 2 decades waited on me, and then he said, it's time.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one is available now anywhere, also on Book Baby, but it's available on all of your major retailers.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And I didn't want to, I was very careful. I don't want anybody to think that this is a new interpretation of the Bible or a new, version. It was, and I asked the Lord about that. I was like, I don't want anyone to think I'm changing up, the Bible. And he said it basically equates to somebody writing a praise and worship song.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I felt better about that.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
If you love Psalms,
I didn't even think of that as being something you can feel bad about, but I get it now.
Well, I just wanted to be careful.
Yeah.
But if you love the book of Psalms,
so many people are picky about how it's interpreted, But no, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Looking at it that way. For sure.
Yep.
So tell me about your spiritual journey, and most recently your spiritual journey.
Oh man, my spiritual journey has been a roller coaster, and I'll be honest with you, I hate roller coasters. I don't even get on at the fair or what. I don't like roller coasters. Some people do, I don't. But my spiritual journey has been a roller coaster. It's been full of faith, full of tears, full of doubt, full of excitement, every emotion imaginable, anger. I've been angry at God, and probably most recently is, I'm a late bloomer, and sometimes it takes some of us, especially those of us that are stubborn or fiercely independent, to learn to rely on God 100%. And so he several times over the last few years has allowed, I'm not going to say he causes things, but he'll allow things to put me in positions to where I can't fix it. And I'm a fixer. I can't change it. I can't do anything.
Right.
But rely on him. And through all of that, so I'll just say, and it's in my book Strong, but over the last 6 years, I was laid off twice and run off from another job. And I'm like, Lord, what's going on? Is it me? Is it what's going on? And he was quiet. He didn't answer me. And so it was during those times that I just had to really lean in and just trust him. But now, once I started Strong, and actually when I finished this book, I was still unemployed.
Okay. Wow.
I was still on unemployment. I had no clue what was going on. But I think through my obedience to him, that blind faith, that childlike faith.
Yeah.
He brought me full circle. And so now I do work that enables me to stay home. I can do it from anywhere as long as I have a computer and an internet connection. And there's no set schedule. I like to stay with a set schedule just because I need that sort of structure in my life. But if I need to take a day, like today, we've taken the day off, or I took the day off to come and spend the day with you. And I'm able to do that with the work that I'm doing, and then maybe pick it up and do some work on the weekend. So the Lord has blessed me now with a career that enables me to write, which is my calling. So he's, when you asked about my most recent, I guess, spiritual journey, we don't ever know what God's doing until he's already done it. And so I look back and I can see where he kind of orchestrated a lot of things. But really, probably the most important thing that I've learned recently in my spiritual journey is obedience. That's been hard for me because, for one, I'm Gen X. I was, I graduated in 1989. And so, I lived I was a teenager in the 80s, latchkey kid. I raised myself basically, and obedience, whatever, that was my attitude until really just recently, but it was so ingrained in me. It wasn't that I wanted to be disobedient. I just didn't know how to be obedient. And so that's probably my most recent spiritual journey is the obedience and just learning to trust him. And when he asks us to do something that we're just like, whatever, or, we're nervous about it, or we don't understand.
A lot of being nervous for me.
Yeah. But it goes hand in hand with trust. And, he's not going to expect you to just fully trust him. He'll take baby steps with you if that's what you need. And that's what I needed. I mean, it took me almost 55 years to get to where I'm at. And and now I'm excited about my life. I'm like, oh, I'm going to write books. And 20 years ago, I would have never, that's not what where I thought I'd be.
Right. Wow. That's amazing. Good for you. That's so good.
Thank you.
Wow. So you were saying something, and it jogged my memory for another thing. It was about obedience, right? And that's interesting that you say that, because you and I are so much alike. Hearing you and reading this story and everything, I'm like, Jeri and I are very, very similar. I mean, I didn't go through some of the same things you did, but, the latchkey kid, the headbanging. I wasn't headbanger. I was more in the athlete. I was more of an athlete, but I still know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? But being obedient. And my dad, he instilled in me to be independent, right? He didn't want me to have to depend on a man. That's why I interpret it. I learned how to change oil on the cars at a very young age. I overhauled a 64 Corvette engine with him when I was 14, maybe 15. Cool. It was super cool. Oh, so cool. But you know what I mean? It's things like that he wanted me to be independent about. Now, I got the balance from my mom because my mom was very obedient to my dad. You know what I mean? Not always. Don't get me wrong. They had their screaming matches, but I don't want to call it submissive, but I guess it is. She's obedient and submissive to my dad. She takes care of the home. she takes care of him and everybody else that walks through that house, right? So I got more of my dad in me than I did. I mean, I kind of got it both ways, but I think I'm a little too independent and I need to be more obedient, like to my mom, like my mom was,
And I don't understand why, but like you use the word submissive. Why is there such a negative connotation with that today? But
because that's what the Bible says.
And yes, and obedience. It's like,
right,
whatever. But there's such an attitude in society today where I don't need nobody.
Right. And
I think that's where it kind of comes in from.
Right.
And okay, it's okay that you don't need anybody, but we all need God.
Right.
We all need God.
Dang.
You know? And he's going to take care of everything,
right.
Whether that's, he does bring you a husband that you can rely on, but it's because of God. God provided that.
Right.
And you don't put all of your hope in, or, you know, this man, this other person, my happiness depends on them. That's unhealthy.
Right.
That all needs to come from God. And he may bring you a man where you complement each other, you complete each other. But yeah, society today, those words,
I know,
you know, they almost cause cringe. Like,
right. I think
it's
the different eras for women, right? And our rights and all that kind of stuff, and becoming career women. And so I think I know that's where mine stem from, you know what I mean? And then just my dad, I don't think he didn't necessarily want me not to depend on a man, but he wanted me to be smart, you know what I mean, and learn those basic things. And I should
you to be able to take care of yourself,
right? Take care of myself, exactly. I should have a talk with him about this, because, like, really, why? You know, did he want me to be independent so I wouldn't need to depend? I mean, anyway, another conversation, but yeah. So being obedient, even in my marriage, right? Because I am an independent person, it makes it rough. You know what I mean? Because Daniel is, you know, very much a take care of me kind of person. You know what I mean? I think his love language, one of them is not what you do for me.
Acts of service.
Acts of service. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely he's the acts of service kind of person.
Yeah.
And so.
What is your love language? I'm just curious.
I have no idea.
You need to think about that.
Like, what are your
There's
options?
a book called The 5 Love Languages. You should. I think it's by Jeri Chapman, but you need to read it, and it goes through the 5 different love languages, and you can.
So, like, I could tell you, what are the names of them? Acts of service.
There's like acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, affection. What is the 5th one? I don't remember what the 5th one is.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you right away. Affection, probably number 1. And then words of affirmation. Those 2 right there will probably be on the top. Acts of service. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's cool if you did something nice for me, but it's not going to, you know, ruin my life, you know. But those 2 for sure. Yeah, those are definitely mine.
Yep.
But so, you know, being obedient, not my, you know, best quality. So I'm trying. I'm working on it.
What I had to do, because, you know, just being obedient, like,
right,
is to phrase it differently.
There you go.
Like, trust. I'm going to trust you, God. I'm going to do what you've asked me to do because I trust you. Not because I'm obedient, but because I trust you. Even though the 2 kind of go hand in hand.
Right.
It's just a different way to phrase it. But yeah, it just comes down to trust. And, you know, we've all been through different things in our lives. And our level of trust in God is different. There's seasons, and it's always changing. But the closer you get to him, the easier it is to trust him.
Sure.
You know, it's not always easy. It's not.
And I think the biggest part is whether you enjoy being submissive or if you don't enjoy being it. Now, there are moments where I'm like, I'm like, yeah, let me get you some coffee. Let me, do this for you or do that or massage or whatever it is. But then there are times where I'm just like, dude, I'm busy too. I got stuff I'm trying to get done, And so that's where I need to do less of that. You know what I mean? Because Daniel has if he knows I'm working or something, on something, then it's no big deal. But I feel bad that I'm not being a good wife. You know what I mean? And it's like,
well, you and Daniel have something a little bit different because you're not just husband and wife, you're also business partners. And so, it's not your typical marriage. It's not I'm going to stay home and take care of the home, and that it's not that at all. What you and Daniel have is very special and very unique and very different. And so, yes, you're husband and wife, you're best friends, but you're also business partners. And so I think, don't be so hard on yourself. Because you guys have a business to run as well. Right. So
sure.
Words of affirmation is also one of my love languages. Is it? So I hope you just received that.
I did.
Some
Thank
affirmation.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thanks for the affection too. Wow. You nailed that. Wow. Got some affection, got some words.
That's funny. I didn't even realize the affection. That's funny. Yeah.
I'm an affectionate person too. Yeah. Like I'll definitely tap on people. And it's not really to like be affectionate. It's like, hey, you're listening to me, right? Because what I'm telling you right now is really important and you need to know what I'm saying. I mean, that's pretty much me. Listen to me. That's how I do it. Listen to me. But so let's talk about, because this is, time is a bitch. We're getting old, girl. You look great. I'm telling you, I know we had some fun today, but you look great.
I know. I've already told her and Daniel both, please edit out the wrinkles if you can. But yeah, coming up on 55.
He's going to have to do mine first, my wrinkles. You're not 55.
I will be 55 in July.
I thought I was older than you.
I'm like a year and a half, 2 years older than you. What are you, 53? 52?
53. Yeah, I just turned
I'm 54, 53. So I'll be 55 in July.
Wow, you're not. Well, you look great.
Thank you.
50s aren't like they used to be. I think maybe for some people. Right?
I see pictures of my grandma when she was 50, and they had the where they'd go get their hair done once a week.
Oh, right.
Ratted, sprayed, and like,
shoot.
And I'm like, she was in her 50s when she was getting that done. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh,
girl, I used to, several years ago, I used to go to Tanya, my hairstylist, and she's one of them. She does my roots and stuff, but wonderful, wonderful person. And I would go to her once a week because I just was like, I can't do it. But I mean, it was fun. I went to her and I'm like, I'm gonna be one of these little old ladies coming in once a week to get my hair done, and it was great. It worked out great. And that, I think I talked to Jess about that today. Jess, I need to come in because now that I got I'm sure
your locks,
my locks,
beautiful locks.
I'm feeling very sassy with my new hair.
It's sassy. Gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you. Caitlin Berry rocked it.
She did a great job. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love it. She did a great job. I'm very, very happy. So thank you, Caitlin Berry. I'll tag her in the comments too. So, but anyway, so you're on this whole woman's thing too. How is that going for you?
It's been rough. I mean, it's been rough. So we were talking a little bit before the podcast. Just the main things
about menopause
with, is the hot flashes. I don't get night sweats.
You don't?
No. A few years ago, every now and then I'd wake up and I'd be a little bit sweaty right here, but not like drenched. But the hot flashes and the mood swings, and it took me a while to realize I was having hot flashes because it would just be like all of a sudden I'm like, golly, it's hot in here. Is anybody else hot? Right. No. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, I'm having hot flashes, like in the middle of the grocery store, or sitting at my desk, or, doing absolutely nothing. Yes. And so the hot flashes have been huge. And then the mood swings, just like up, down, up, down. My poor animals, they're like, what mood is she going to be in when she wakes up today? And it's, and then on the, just the flip of a switch, and I have to catch myself and be like, talk to myself. I got to talk myself down.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're not seeing a doctor for that then?
Not yet. I know you and I talked about that. And I do have, I am scheduled to see somebody at the beginning of May. So pretty soon.
Good,
and she's a specialist. And so, I've got to.
Like when I had Carrie Simmons on, all I had to hear was it lubes your heart and lubes your brain. And that was it for me. I'm like, I need estrogen.
We think we can just white knuckle it. And,
I know. And we've always been taught that, right? Go through childbirth. Do it naturally. I did it naturally, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I get that epidural, girl. Don't even feel. Daniel's daughter's about to have a baby. And I already told her twice, I think. And I'm like, do not feel bad about getting an epidural. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that. And the baby will be just fine. I'm like, there's no reason to go in there and force pain on yourself. That's stupid. That was way back then. This is new now. Right? Come on. Pretty soon they're gonna
come a long way.
Maybe
from having
someday.
to squat. To squat.
Right in the middle of the field, start teaching it how to do whatever. Pick beans or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what did we used to do back then. I wasn't around, so I don't know. So what else? Anything?
Those like you in the weight gain too. That's something else. Probably in the last 5 years, which is when I started perimenopause 5 years ago. I'm full menopause now, but in the last 5 years, I've gained 30 pounds, and nothing that I did before works anymore.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have a scale. I would tell by my jeans.
Yeah.
When my jeans started to get a little bit tight, I knew what I needed to do, and it would come right back off.
Right.
No. Not anymore.
No, not at all. In fact, I've gained, mine was shorter than that. I gained like 20, 25 pounds in like months.
Yeah.
And it's been so bad. And that's how I know that like I've already changed from doing the patches to the pills now. So it's a little bit more. Oh yeah. Oh,
even in just how you feel.
Oh, 100%. The hot flashes, all that. Like I very rarely get one. And it's most of the time it's triggered because it's just warm in the room, So, but yeah, you gotta.
I know. It's like, how many hot flashes have I had just since I've been out here today?
I know.
I'm like, is it hot in here? Oh my gosh, it's hot over here. Is it the lights? You're like, no, there's no heat on those lights. Well, I'm hot.
That's so funny. She's going through everything. It's got to be this. No. You're just hot. You're having a hot flash.
Yeah.
It's okay. But that's. Oh, it sucks, girl. It sucks. So what do you do? Like, I know you were saying earlier, very simple. You know what I mean? But are you into like the Botox, or I'm always asking everybody this because like to know.
I've done Botox a few times and I liked it. I haven't maintained it, especially on my forehead. I thought it was really, really good. But I've just been trying to just take care of my skin at home. But yeah, I did do Botox a few times and I did like it. The only thing I didn't like about it is because I'm so expressive.
Yeah, your eyebrows didn't move.
No, they wouldn't move. I'd be like, I feel like I'm doing this, but I'm doing this, and it's like, wait a minute, I don't.
I don't even know if mine did that.
Can you see my eyebrows? That was the only thing, but other than that, it looked good.
Yeah, I like it too.
I'm not used to the RBF.
I know.
I'm not used to RBF.
I like that it smoothed out your skin on your forehead. Not just made it, not fat, no wrinkles, but it just seemed like my forehead was smoother. You know what I mean? Like thinner, like the skin was thinned.
Yep.
And so anyway, Daniel just walked by with a little cup of Buc-ee's.
Oh, what is that?
It's a
Little cup of
It looks
Buc-ee's.
like a painter's.
No, I don't have my
We went
glasses
on
on,
vacation, or we went to see family.
Oh, your Buc-ee's.
He's got a Buc-ee's cup, and he keeps
love
walking by
Buc-ee's.
with it, holding it up, and I'm like, "Is that supposed
for
to be a
tips.
clue for me?"
Is that for our tips?
Oh. So anyway, all right. So that's the excitement that you go through. Nothing really has been going on. I've been I've been kind of not in the, I don't want to say down in the dumps, but after my first few episodes of this show, I kind of got really onto myself.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not happy with the waking because of the menopause. You know, I don't know if I just didn't dress right. Not that I'm dressed right today, but I wasn't happy with myself. So like I don't know what episode this will be. Like I missed 2 weeks. I'm not, even though I had some in there to do, I didn't put them out. Because I was just kind of like, you know, that
I do.
I don't feel good about myself.
You don't feel like yourself.
Right.
It's like, what happened to me?
Right.
Who is this person looking back in the mirror? But now that you have your locks,
I know, I do feel
you
sexy
gotta show
today.
that stuff off, you know.
Yeah,
Get
I
back
gotta
into
make
your,
Get my groove back.
You look
on.
amazing, Karen.
Well,
really
thank you.
do.
But
you
know, when you see yourself in the camera, it's just like, oh no.
What the heck?
Yeah.
You look great in the mirror, and then you take a picture, and
Yeah.
you're like, what in the world
What
is
was
that?
I thinking? What was I thinking? I know. I feel
rough.
like
You're
I'm
not alone. You
Yeah.
are not alone. I know a lot of women watching too probably feel the same way if they're going through menopause and they've gained some weight or
Yeah.
something else that I experienced was a little bit of like hair loss, not like clumps, not like that kind of
right.
hair loss,
Just thinning out.
and I have such thin, fine hair anyway. It was like, what? So that I really struggled with that. So that's, you know, I had to go get my hair done too. I had to go get some stuff taken care of because it was like, it was bad.
I get it. And you know, hair is such an important thing, right? And I don't remember, my hair wasn't falling out. I have really thick hair anyway, so if some fell out, I wouldn't really have noticed it, I don't think. But my ends were breaking off. And what did Kaylin say to me last night? I mean, I know for one, it's probably because the heat on my flat iron is too hot. But she said something else to me that I didn't even think of.
About the breakage.
About why it's breaking off, right? I want to say it's maybe something I'm not eating. I don't know,
Some
Kaylin,
sort of
if you see this.
like a vitamin
put a comment.
deficiency or something.
Yeah, not, I thought that's what she said, because she was telling me about her kiddo that takes this stuff, I think when he's sick. Or no, it's to help him with focus and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to ask her and put it in the comments. But so anyway, I don't know. It just was breaking off. And like she could see it. I mean, because I'm like, see my roots, they grow out like 2 to 3 inches. But look at my hair. It hasn't grown in over a year.
Yeah, because it's just breaking.
It's just breaking off. Yeah. So hopefully this will help, because then I won't be doing what breaking off or flat ironing it or any of that. So, but anyway, that's all fun and dandy. I'm so glad that we have both of your books here. Please, I will put the book baby on in the comments, so you can go down and buy these. They're both there under your name, so they're real easy to buy. And then
and also now, don't forget there's the 10%.
Oh, the 10% off. Yeah.
Yes.
I just don't know when this is going to air.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
April 7th. Oh yeah, it'll be out before April 17th.
Okay.
So if you buy it before April 17th on Book Baby, you get 10% off
With code
testimony. Thank you. Code testimony. You have to put that in there, but it's not an expensive book anyway. So if you get
like $16.
yeah, so you get $1.50 off or $1.60 off. Woohoo! You know, I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It would help. Whatever.
Especially, and also there's no limited number. So if you want to buy some copies for your friends and you want to buy 5 copies, you're going to get 10% off each book. So it will add up if you buy multiple copies.
Oh, for sure. That's a great idea, because because like I already read it and I wanted to get it for a friend too. So yeah. So it just it just works that way. So just buy several.
Yes,
just buy several. Just buy 5 of them. Shoot.
There you go.
Hand it out to people. I'm sure there's 5 people, you know. But Anyway, so it was so great to have you on. Thank you. Your eyes are so beautiful and bright.
She did my makeup.
No, but I helped. That wasn't.
She did.
But they do. You have such beautiful eyes. I'm sitting here staring at you now.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you, Jeri, again for coming. I enjoyed having you. And thank you for sharing your testimony. That's a tough one. I'm not ready for mine yet, but
you will.
I'll get there. I know Pastor Brody was talking about it last Sunday at Harvest Church, and I'm just like, I need to get there. I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. Not ready yet. I'll get there though.
Yep, you will.
Yes.
You'll know when it's time.
I know.
God's not going to force you to do anything. You'll know when it's the right. It took me 55 years to write mine, and you'll know when it's time. And your testimony may not be for everybody. There may just be certain people that you share it with privately, or, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm thinking I need to get up in front of church and
maybe
spoil my, spell it all out for everybody. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So thank you everybody again. And, Daniel, oh my God.
I'm glad you said
I'm
behind
not
that camera.
I am so not going to say what you were just doing anyway. He's trying to keep me from concentrating. I'm just going to say goodbye. Bye. Thank you. See you next time.